In the vast orchestra of the solar system, Mercury has long played the quietest tune. Small, dense, and elusive, it clings tightly to the sun, locked in a gravitational embrace that makes it difficult to see, let alone study. It rises and sets in Earth's sky in twilight, never straying far from the star that dominates its orbit. Because of its position, Mercury has always been a mystery to us, not just physically, but conceptually. While the Moon, Mars, Venus, even icy moons beyond Jupiter, captured the imagination of scientists and dreamers alike, Mercury was treated almost like an afterthought. It was labeled barren, lifeless, and unchanging. A planetary fossil, a hot rock slowly circling the sun, irrelevant to the complex stories of planetary evolution. But that story began to unravel in the early 2000s, when a new kind of spacecraft was assembled. A robotic probe built not just to fly past Mercury, but to orbit it, to listen to its silence and decode its surface. Its name, Messenger. And in just 4 years of orbiting this forgotten world, it shattered decades of assumptions, uncovering a past not of stillness, but of chaos, heat, and violent transformation. Messenger, launched by NASA in August 2004, was designed with a singular purpose: to explore Mercury in detail. Its name wasn't just symbolic, it was an acronym: Mercury's surface, space environment, geochemistry, and ranging. Every word in that title pointed to a mystery. What was Mercury made of? Did it have a magnetic field? Was its surface shaped by internal forces, or only by the endless rain of meteors? To reach Mercury wasn't easy. It required complex maneuvering, 6 planetary flybys, including 1 past Earth, 2 of Venus, and 3 of Mercury itself. Each one designed to slow the spacecraft down so it could be gently captured by Mercury's gravity. After nearly 7 years in deep space, in March 2011, Messenger finally achieved orbit, becoming the first spacecraft to do so. Once in orbit, it began a tireless campaign of observation. It orbited Mercury over 4,000 times, collecting an immense archive of data, over 270,000 images, detailed maps of the terrain, spectral data revealing the chemical makeup of rocks, altimetry to measure elevation, and fields of data about magnetism, temperature, and radiation. It was a planetary X-ray, and what it saw inside Mercury was shocking. At first glance, Messenger's early images confirmed what we expected: a battered, cratered surface. Mercury, like the Moon, was marked by the scars of ancient impacts, circles, basins, ridges stretching for hundreds of kilometers. But then, patterns began to emerge that didn't match a world shaped only by collisions. Some regions were strangely smooth. Others were darker, flatter, stretching for vast distances with few craters at all. Scientists quickly realized that these regions weren't just different, they were volcanic. Messenger revealed that much of Mercury's surface, perhaps as much as 40%, was covered in ancient lava flows. These were volcanic plains, formed by molten rock erupting from beneath the crust, spreading across the land, and cooling into hardened basalt. This wasn't the passive accumulation of dust or debris from impacts. This was Mercury resurfacing itself from the inside. Large impact basins like Caloris weren't just filled with shattered rock, they had been flooded with lava. Some of these lava flows stretched for hundreds of kilometers in every direction, blanketing the terrain. And they weren't isolated. Across the planet, Messenger revealed volcanic vents, some over 25 kilometers wide, and massive calderas, the collapsed chambers of ancient magma reservoirs. This was not a dead world. It had once been violently, volcanically alive. But the most unexpected discovery came in the form of bright, halo-like deposits surrounding certain volcanic vents. These features weren't smooth or subtle. They were distinct, lighter in color, and chemically unique. Analysis showed they were made of fine-grained, volatile-rich material, the kind left behind after an explosive volcanic eruption. This was a revelation. Until that moment, most scientists believed explosive volcanism couldn't happen on Mercury. To erupt explosively, a planet needs volatile elements, compounds that rapidly expand into gas when pressure is released. On Earth, it's water vapor and carbon dioxide. On the Moon, it's sulfur. On Mercury, that shouldn't have existed. Its proximity to the Sun, its weak gravity, its small size, all suggested any volatiles would have escaped billions of years ago. And yet, there it was, the evidence not just of lava flows, but of violent, pyroclastic eruptions. Explosions that hurled ash and rock high above the surface. Eruptions that reshaped the land in bursts of light and fire. These deposits were not theoretical. They were real, visible, measurable. It wasn't just that Mercury had once been volcanic. It had been explosively volcanic, powered by volatile gases it was never supposed to have. That single fact shook our models of how inner planets form, evolve, and cool. So where did these volatiles come from? Messenger had an answer. Its onboard spectrometers measured the chemical composition of Mercury's surface and found high levels of sulfur, as well as sodium, potassium, and chlorine. These elements are all considered volatile. They evaporate easily in heat. In theory, they shouldn't exist in high concentrations on a planet that formed so close to the Sun. Yet Mercury's crust was rich in them. Even more puzzling, these elements weren't evenly distributed. Some areas had unusually high concentrations, especially near volcanic vents. This suggested that Mercury's interior wasn't just hot, it was chemically dynamic. Volatile compounds had been trapped inside the planet, then released in pulses over time through volcanic activity. The implications were enormous. If Mercury had retained its volatiles, what did that say about how it formed? Was it born farther from the Sun and later migrated inward? Or was the early solar system more chemically diverse than we thought? Messenger had cracked open a planetary mystery, but it was only the beginning. We often assume that smaller planets die young, that without the mass to hold and heat, they cool quickly, solidify, and fade into geological silence. But Mercury defied that narrative. It had held on to its heat and its volcanic fury for far longer than expected. Messenger showed us tectonic features called lobate scarps, massive cliffs that stretch for hundreds of kilometers. These features are the result of the planet shrinking as its core cooled, compressing the crust and forcing it to wrinkle and crack. Some of these scarps may be geologically young, meaning Mercury might still be shrinking. Combined with its magnetic field, which Messenger also measured in detail, it became clear that Mercury is not as inactive as we thought. It may not erupt today, but it still whispers with activity, cooling, shifting, evolving. What other secrets might lie hidden beneath its surface? Messenger completed its mission in 2015, ending in a final, planned collision with Mercury's surface. But its legacy lives on, not just in the data, which scientists still analyze today, but in what it inspired. Now, a new mission is on the way, Bepi-Colombo, a joint venture by the European Space Agency and the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Launched in 2018, it is currently en route to Mercury and will arrive in 2025. With 2 orbiters and a powerful suite of instruments, Bepi-Colombo will go even further, studying the planet's geology, magnetism, exosphere, and internal structure with unmatched precision. It will search for new pyroclastic vents, analyze surface composition, and help determine how and when Mercury's volcanic activity ended, or if, somehow, it continues today.